What is going on, guys? It is your friend here, the YouTube Latasha, back at it again with a brand new CSGO video, and today we're going to be talking about something very close to my heart in terms of trading, in terms of CSGO, in terms of the marketplace, and I definitely hope Valve listens to my suggestion. So basically, recently, if you haven't really been noticing, any skin between 3 cents to $50 US, that is, has been seriously going down in price. Now, there's a whole magnitude of reasons, number one of which brand new case, number two, the Steam sale, and number three, people just really CSGO is a kind of dying game, if you ask me. It's slowly decaying, and I'll show you on screen right now what the current situation is in terms of the player base. But that aside, why do I want to make a video about skins, Basically, with this Gamma case, my inventory has decreased in value by about 1,000 plus US dollars. This is pretty darn serious to me because then I can't really do these giveaways, and to lose $1,000 like that, in as little as 7 days is kind of hurtful, if you will. But basically, the reason why I list $1,000 was because market fluctuation. Now, I understand why this happened in the sense that there was a recent giant Steam sale. Lots of people bought games. I bought lots of games, and I definitely did sell skins for cheaper than they were worth. And people trying to undercut each other, it just got kind of ridiculous. But generally speaking aside, every time they release a new case to the game with 17 community-made skins, that's all well and good. But generally speaking, the demand for all the older skins prior to this new case goes down. Yet the supply kind of skyrockets because people generally want to sell these skins on the day of this new case so they can have a chance at unboxing these new coverts or classified or basically new knives, And that's another thing, this Gamma case wasn't just your typical case, it had a whole set of new knives. It wasn't just one new knife and different variants of it. It was whole different variants of different knives we've already seen before, kind of like the Chroma when it first came out. But generally speaking, the market is yet to recover from this, in the sense it's yet to stabilize, It's very, very unstable. Not one man decides how stable something gets, but generally speaking, it's kind of has returned back to its former glory, but still, it's simply unacceptable. And after the Gamma case, I personally found it really hard to trade with skins, Basically, everyone was kind of denying my trades because they weren't sure if it was a good trade anymore, because they weren't too sure if their skin was going to go up in price tomorrow or down in price tomorrow, and that's generally true, but these days it was very unstable, I made 4 trades that the next day, within the next 24 hours, I ended up losing more than $20 US, simply because the market price went down. But that aside, how could we fix this problem, That's the key reason. How could we fix this problem? Basically, I'm all for Valve adding more skins to the game, I think cases are brilliant, to be honest, There's something that's kind of addictive and too many people waste their money on it, but I really do appreciate cases for what they are. But that aside, what I want Valve to do is, instead of making another case, this next case, I would much rather see them add 20 new skins to each and every case in the game, because there's 20 cases at the moment. We're not talking about packages here or anything like that, but we're talking just pure cases. And they could make it a community incentive, if you ask me. They could ask the community to go on the workshop and upvote within a week's period what their top 30 skins that the community recommends, And it will be good exposure for people who are already big on the workshop and up-and-coming workshop texturers, Some of these smaller people will never get noticed because there's simply not enough people viewing the community workshop at the moment. So by the end of the week, the top 30 skins cherry-picked by the community can then get cherry-picked even more by Valve, And they can select the top 20 skins to be added to 20 new cases, as I said. And how do I want this implemented? Basically, I want them to add a new rarity to each case, something that is above covert and lower than contraband. Contraband should be always the highest of the high, if you ask me. But that aside, they can make their color green or brown. I don't know, I don't know, some shitty color, okay? They could make some unique black. Black would be cool, you know, black like ultra pristine, premium, you know. But basically, the way I like to perceive this whole suggestion is, all of a sudden there'll be a real need to get like covert skins to trade up to these new black skins, if you will, these premium skins. And there will be all of a sudden a need to get classified weapons to trade up to the covert weapons, because then that would be very profitable, because I'd imagine the demand of covert skins would be at an all-time high, and the supply would be quite at all-time low. And if you ask me, there's just so many skins that have been unboxed by people, and the prices are just not right. And why do I say this? It's because basically, if you look at something like the R8 Fade, for example, that is in field tested condition, right? I think that's like $4.40 or something like that on the Steam Community Workshop market. And I'm just gonna say that because that's I think it could be lower, you know, I haven't checked, so I'm gonna have an overlay right now on screen of what it actually is. But basically speaking, how many crates do you have to open before you get an R8 Fade in the field test condition? And generally speaking, I think it's like a 1 in 100% 100% chance, 1 in 100%. Why did I say percent? Fucking this recording is ruined now. But that aside, basically 1 in 100 chance of getting a covert skin, right? And basically, I think the demand for these covert skins are kind of diminishing. Every time they release a bunch of new cases, or a new case that is, the demand for any skin prior to it just diminishes, and yet the supply goes up because people just want to try out these new skins, and I fully get that and all that. But basically, what I want Valve to do is add a new rarity to the game, 20 new skins, you know, the best of the best, picked by the community, because I feel like we don't have a say in what gets into the game, you know, which is kind of unfortunate, because some of these skins, when they've been selected by Valve, they don't really have too many eyeballs looking at them, and that's a bit of a double-edged sword. I won't really go into that, but basically what I'm trying to say is some skins like the AK-47 Bear, which I will link in the description, has not gotten into the game, and the community clearly wants the AK-47 Bear in the game, you know. I think it could be something that would be cool, unique, and neat community incentive to get these skins finally into the game. And that aside, I also thought something they could do with the stat track variants of these skins is add variants of the stat track meter. And what do I mean by this? Basically, what I envision is, don't just have every time you kill a player, an actual real life player, count towards a stat track meter. I think they should add meters with basically every time you fire, every time you reload, and all this cool nifty shit, you know. Traders like myself will eat this stuff up, you know. Just imagine how much the negative would be with a stat track meter that would count every single bullet you fire. You know, that would probably be worth quite a bit more than a normal stat track negative. And not only that, they could definitely recolor the stat track meter, or reanimate it or something like that. You know, that could be something that Valve could seek out, you know. And this is all for the sake of the longevity of CSGO, because CSGO wouldn't be the game it is today without skins, and that is an undeniable fact, guys. So Valve, I really do hope you take my input into consideration for this game, which I love to play. But if you don't do anything, one thing's for sure, only more skins will be added to the game, and that will decrease the value of every general skin, and that's something you definitely do not want. So if you enjoyed today's video, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And not only that, could you please click that like button? You know, it would help me help me a great deal. So I'm told. And yeah, do tell me what you think of such an idea, and if you haven't watched any other videos on my channel yet, do check them out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my deep yet soothing voice once again. I don't know if I can do a giveaway quite so soon, guys, because trading for me has been an absolute nightmare thanks to the Gamma case. That aside, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you within the next CSGO video. I'm scared.
Let's see if you have the guts to open it.
I'll buy one. Just
Yeah!
do
You don't have to.
do you actually reckon I should?
Okay, will you get angry at me?
Well, you worked hard today, then. Yes,
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'll do it for you.
We'll spend 2.
Okay, well, see it. I'm so scared.
You can record.
Please. Oh, there was a pink there, and I'm probably gonna get a blue yet again. And I get a... Ooh. I would like the Phobius if it was that track, but I get pink. What do you think? What do you think?
Does it factor in you?
I doubt it would be factoring.